Hey guys, what is up? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is April, and in today's video I'm going to be doing a full face of products that I recommend from Sephora. The Sephora sale is fast approaching us, and I wanted to go ahead and give you guys my top recommendations for the sale if you've been eyeing any of these products out. I did wanted to do this video this way just because there's a lot of products that I like to recommend, and a lot of them I have already recommended in the past. I will have a playlist down in the description box of previous Sephora recommendation videos that I've done for you guys. Those products I still recommend 100%, but I wanted to change it up a little bit. I wanted to talk about products, well, mostly products that I've never talked about on my channel as far as the Sephora sale is concerned. There are a couple repeat products in here, but those are products that I just love and I cannot live without. So keep that in mind as you're watching this video. These products I probably talked about before, but I try not to talk about everything in previous videos. I will have all the information for the Sephora sale down in the description box, as well as everything that is on my face today. It will be in the description box, and I think I'm not missing anything. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'm gonna go ahead and give you a little sneak peek of what the look turned out. I really love the way this looks came out, and I cannot wait for you guys to see all the products that I recommend. But let's just go ahead and jump into today's video. I've blabbered enough. Before we get into my makeup recommendations, let me talk real quick with you guys about products that I necessarily wouldn't recommend during the sale, and then we'll move into one perfume and then a couple skincares. So first thing that I wouldn't recommend purchasing during the sale, now hear me out with this, okay guys? I wouldn't necessarily recommend the Hourglass Holiday Collection palettes. Now, here's the thing with this. If you own these already in your collection, most likely you're going to have the new shades in your collection already. Now, these are from either last year or the year before, and I don't think I have any of these in my collection already, so that is why I picked these up. Or if I do, it's probably just a few of these that I have in my collection. But yeah, that is the reason why I wouldn't recommend these. These are $90. That is a lot, especially if you already have shades in your collection for just repeat shades. That's ridiculous in my opinion. However, if you don't own a lot of these Hourglass singles or palettes, then maybe they are good value for you. But I would highly recommend checking your collection first before purchasing these from Hourglass to make sure that you're not going to have more than one duplicate, because chances are if you do own a lot of these already, you're going to have these in your collection. So just keep that in mind. But I did want to go ahead and just tell you guys to be cautious when picking these up, because these are $90 and that is ridiculous. Now let's talk about brands that I wouldn't purchase from. First thing first, you guys already know anything from Tom Ford you can get at the CCO for up to 75% off, which is a better deal than Sephora sale. Like I said, I've practically 95% of my collection from Tom Ford I picked up at the CCO. These included, I have multiple of these quads in my collection. None of them I paid full price for. All of them picked them up at the cosmetic company store. And yeah, so these I just would not, anything in general from Tom Ford I would not pick up. And then lastly, the other brand I wouldn't buy during the Sephora sale is Pat McGrath. Anything from Pat McGrath, because she does have better sales on her website. You could get up to 40% off in her website rather than getting it from Sephora. So just keep that in mind. Now, I don't think these are available. I just took these out so I can remind myself to talk about her. Let's talk about perfume. I do have two perfumes I want to recommend. The first one is from YSL, and it's the Mon Paris perfume. I love this perfume. This is the full size, and as you can tell, I'm more than halfway done with this bottle. I love this perfume. I will put the notes of this one up on the screen, but it just smells floral. If you don't like floral, you're probably not gonna like this, because it does smell like roses, but I don't mind. Oh, it just smells so good. It doesn't smell that great right now just because my husband, he's cooking. So I could smell the food and this, so it doesn't smell all that great right now. But trust me, this smells so good. Oh, I just love it so much. And then the other perfume that I would recommend, I didn't grab it, but I do have it in my collection. It's from Gucci, and it's the floral one, if I'm not mistaken. Again, I'll put the notes and the picture of what it looks like right here so you guys will know, but oh, it smells so, so good. And then real quick, I just want to give a shout out to the one, I'm looking at the dupe that I have from, I think it's Kylie, and it's the Yum Pistachio, if I'm not mistaken. That one does smell really good as well, but I would get the small size. And like I just mentioned, you can find the dupe at Marshalls and TJ Maxx. I think it's the Mimic, if I'm not mistaken, number 57. Yes, I'm looking right at it because it's there. That one you can find, and it smells exactly like the Kylie one, so just keep that in mind. But I just wanted to go ahead and give it an honorable mention. Let's talk about skincare. For a sleeping mask, I'm going to recommend the Laneige sleeping mask to you guys. I love this stuff. I do have it on my lips right now. I'm almost done with this bottle, and I think I have another one in my collection if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, this is so good. Whether you're wearing it throughout the day or to go to bed or in the morning, whatever the case may be, this is such a good sleeping mask. And yeah, I really do like it, especially for just like something to put on real quick to get my lips nice and smooth and, you know, moisturized. I really do highly recommend this one. And then for a face moisturizer, now this is expensive, so if you can get it during a sale, I highly recommend to do so. But this is the Tatcha the Dewy Skin Cream. Now this is a mini. I do have a full size that is in my backup drawer, so when I'm done with this and when I get through some of my other creams, I could use that one. But I love this cream. It is such good. Now don't think because it says dewy that it's gonna be too dewy on the skin. Like I said, I'm wearing it right now, and I don't think my skin looks that dewy, so just keep that in mind. Don't let the name scare you, but it just keeps my skin looking moisturizing and plump and healthy, and just, I love it so much. I highly recommend this one. Like I said, it's very expensive, so try to get your hands on it during the sale. And then the last skincare I want to recommend to you guys is from Tower 28, and this is the SOS Save Our Skin Daily Rescue Facial Spray. Just looks like this. I love this. So when my skin doesn't look too bad with redness, but if my skin is looking really red, I like to spray this, and it just calms my skin down. I'll put a little bit of this on right now. And it just makes my skin feeling like, if my skin feels red and hot, not red but hot, I like to put this on, and it just cools my face down, and it feels so cooling, and oh, I love it so much. So I would highly recommend this one. I'm almost done with this one. No, I have about that much. So yeah, I thought I was almost done with this. It feels like there's nothing in there, but there's quite a bit of product left. But yeah, I highly recommend. Let's start with eyes. So for eye primer, now you can't get this in the States, but I think if I'm not mistaken, you can get this at Sephora in Canada. So for my Canadians, I am going to recommend this MAC Painterly Pro Longwear Paint Pod. Just looks like this. Let me take out the pack, the top, and this is what the color looks like. I recommend any color, whatever color suits your skin tone. This is a great base for eyeshadow. I really do like this. The only thing is that it kind of dries out fast, but I could still use it. Just use your finger to get it smooth again. But yeah, I really do like this one a lot. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to pull my hair back, and then I'm going to recommend some eyeshadow palettes to you guys real quick, and then I'm going to actually just do a look with you guys, but I'm going to speed this part up. But I do want to recommend two different palettes. So for palettes, the first one I'm going to recommend is Natasha Denona. Any Natasha Denona palette. I do like her $65 palettes. These are my three favorites right now. The I Need a Nude palette, the Retro palette, and then the My Dreams palette, right? Is that what it's called? Yes. These are some of my favorite eyeshadow palettes at the moment. But I would highly suggest picking up this one. This one is by Mario, and this is the Ethereal Eyes eyeshadow palette. Now, this was limited edition last year for the holidays, and then he brought it back this year. I have seen it in store, and currently, as I'm filming this video, it still is in stock for the US, so just keep that in mind. But like I said, I do recommend this palette just because I don't know how long he's going to have this in stock. And the Natasha Denona palettes, they're going to be around, you know, so don't think that you have to rush to get the Natasha Denona ones. They're going to be around the Are Permanent. This one, however, I'm not sure how long it's going to be, but I really do like this palette. So for today's eye look, I am going to use this palette, but I just wanted to go ahead and give you guys some options on which ones I like. But yeah, let's go ahead and get an eye look going. I am back. This is what my eyes are looking like. I really do like the way the eye look came out. So I did go ahead and I used shades 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 8, 12, 10, and 2. Those are the eyeshadows that I used. It's so hard to tell you guys what the colors are called because it goes from EE1 all the way to EE12. So that's why I had to say it like that. But I'll list the numbers that I used in the description box, like EE1, EE8, like that, so that way you guys will know. But yeah, that is what the eye look is looking like so far. Now let's go ahead and move on to face. So for primer, I am going to use this one from Cali Ray. This is the So Blow and Clean Blurring Primer. I do really like this. The thing I like about this is that it smooths out my skin and it feels nice and smoothing, and it does minimize my pores just a tad bit, not too crazy, but it does do the job. And yeah, I have really been enjoying this primer, so I'm gonna put a little bit of this on my face. It does look like this. It looks like a lotion almost. I'm gonna focus that mainly right here in my T-zone. And another thing I forgot is that this smells a lot like oranges. So if you don't like the smell of citrus or just the smell in general in makeup, you're probably not gonna like this, but I don't mind. So yeah, it just looks like this. And like I said, it doesn't minimize my pores a whole lot, but I just like the way it feels. It just feels like velvet. That's how the best way I could explain it. So moving on to foundation. For foundation, this isn't a new foundation, but I did want to go ahead and use it in today's video because I've really been enjoying it this year. This one is from Too Faced, and this is the Born This Way Matte 24-Hour Foundation. Now, like I said, even though this isn't a new foundation, it is new to me. I barely started using it this year, and I love the way this looks on my skin. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is, I like it with the brush and a sponge. So what I'm going to do is, I forgot to actually wet a sponge. So I'm going to go ahead and do that real quick while this primer is setting down, and then I'm gonna get a sponge, because what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put it with the foundation, with the brush first, and then I'll go over it with a sponge. That is the way I like to put on my foundation. So let me go ahead and wet a sponge real quick. I wet a sponge real quick. It's not a clean sponge, but it will do. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do is, I'm just gonna actually put it on with my fingers first. So I'm gonna do 2 pumps, and it is pretty liquidy, so just keep that in mind. And then I'm just gonna go like this and then put it all over my face. Luckily I have a wipe right here so I can clean my hands off. And then I'm gonna go ahead and get the brush and just go like this. Actually, I don't think I need a sponge. It's blending it out pretty good with the brush, so I don't need that. It is blending out really nice with my fingers. I like that. I don't think I've ever blended out the foundation like this. But not bad. This is what the foundation is looking like on my skin. I will say it's a good, almost full coverage foundation. You can see just a little bit of redness peeking through, like up here on my cheeks. But keep in mind, I didn't put that much product up there because I do put my concealer down there just so I could cover that redness up. So my concealer will cover that redness up. But yeah, this is what the foundation looks like, and I just love the way this makes my skin look. It doesn't look too matte, but it's not dewy, and it will fade nice and pretty throughout the day. So that is just something to keep in mind. But yeah, so far so good. So now what I'm going to go ahead and do for concealer, I love this concealer, you guys. This is one of my favorite concealers this year, and I am talking about the Natasha Denona new, I think it's the, what is it called? I forgot what it's called. I should know what it's called. The High Glam Concealer. I don't know why I drew a blank, but the High Glam Concealer. I do have two shades. I have N1 and N7. I did mention N1 is a little bit too light and N7 is a little bit too dark, so I do mix them. I want to pick up N3, I believe it is, because I feel like that's going to be a better match for me, but I'm going to go ahead and just mix these two. I'm going to start off with N1, and I'm not going to use a lot just because I am mixing two and you don't need a lot with this. So I'm just going to use like this, and then there, the bridge of my nose. That should be good for now. And then I'll mix a little bit of the one in the same spots. Like that. And then I'm going to go ahead and just blend it out with my sponge. This is what the concealer looks like on. I love this, if I haven't said it enough. I highly recommend this concealer. I just love the way it looks. Now I do have to set this down because it will crease, but before I use powder, I do want to go in with some cream products. So for bronzer, both cream and powder, I do want to recommend this one from Give Beauty. This is the Pick It Up Cream Contour and Powder Bronzer Duo. I have it in the shade Toastin'. I love this thing so much. As you can tell, like, I have been using this. The only thing I don't like about this is the pan sizes. They're a little bit too small for what I like, but what can I do? Hopefully they can fix that and make it better maybe, but I don't know. We will see. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to use this Merit #1 brush. I recommend this brush. I love this brush. I use it for everything basically. Foundation, concealer, cream bronzer, cream blush. Just this is such a multitask brush. I really do enjoy this brush a lot. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to stick my brush in the cream first. Just make sure I get the brush everywhere, and then go ahead and start brushing up my skin. This is what the cream bronzer is looking like. I like the way this looks. It just leaves my skin with a nice bronzy look. What I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm just going to take whatever's left on this brush and just go on down the side of my nose. There you go. See, it just gave me a little bit of color down the bridge of my nose. So perfect for that. I will come back to the powder. I do have a cream blush that I want to recommend. Now these are not new, but I just started using these this year, and these are the Rare Beauty liquid blushes. I have a couple shades, but I do have the shades right now in Truth and in Courage. I'm not sure which one I want to use. Let's use this one. This one's in Courage. Now, I will say I don't recommend getting the full size because you only need like a dot on each cheek, and this is gonna last you a lifetime. So I would recommend, if you can, get the mini sizes. They're just better, and yeah, you will not go through the full size, trust me. So let's go ahead and put a little bit of this on the cheeks. And I don't bring it too far down just because when I blend it, I don't want to blend it downwards. I want to blend it upwards. And then what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to just use my foundation brush that I used earlier and blend that. This is what the blush looks like. I did put a little bit in my nose, but you can't really tell. But yeah, I love these blushes so much. A little bit does go a long way. I kind of was gentle putting this blush on. I could put more if I wanted to, but I'm gonna put powder over this. So I just want to go ahead and show you guys what these look like, but highly recommend these liquid blushes. So now what I could go ahead and do is powder. I am going to use one powder today, but I do want to recommend a couple to you guys. The first one I'm going to recommend is from LYS, and this is a pressed powder. This is the Triple Fix Translucent Setting Powder, and it just looks like this. I really do enjoy this powder. The only thing for me, this is a personal preference, is I wish they would come out with a loose formula for this. I like it, but I don't really use pressed powders all that much. I just find that when I use a pressed powder, I tend to put too much on my face, and then it can look too cakey and powdery for my preference. So that's the only thing I wish they would do, is just make the same formula in a loose format. But yeah, I really do enjoy this. I like to put this with the powder puff, and then I just take the excess off the back of my hand, and then I'll press it into my skin. And then if I'm out and about and I need to like touch up my makeup, if I'm looking a little bit too dewy or oily, I like to use this product. This is from Fenty Beauty, and this is the Invisimatte Instant Setting and Blotting Powder in Universal. This does come with one of these puffs, and I do use the puffs. So what I'll do, like I said, it lives in my purse, so when I'm out and about and I get too oily, I'll just take a little bit of this powder and start pressing it into my skin, and it just leaves my face looking nice and matte, but not too matte. And yeah, I really do enjoy this. I highly recommend this. But the powder I am going to use today is a loose powder, and this is from Huda Beauty. Now this isn't new, but I just had to recommend this one because this is my favorite loose powder besides the one from Too Faced that's no longer available. This would be a close second for me, so I had to include it in today's video. But this is the Easy Bake Loose Baking and Setting Powder in Pound Cake. So I am going to go ahead and use this all over my face. And I think the way I'm going to use this, I'm just going to use, I think what I'm going to do is for my under eyes, I'm just going to get a brush. Let me see. Just a fluffy crease brush, and I'm just going to put a little bit of powder underneath my eyes, and then I'll use my sponge for the rest of my face. But I'm going to first make sure I have no creases underneath my eyes. Powder is on. Now let's go ahead and go back to the Give Beauty bronzer. I am going to use the powder bronzer all over my face, but I did want to go ahead and show you real quick what the powder looks like on my face, and I just love the way it looks. It's matte, and it doesn't look cakey, it doesn't look too much, it doesn't look powdery. I just really do enjoy it a lot. So let me go ahead and throw on this bronzer now. Bronzer is on. Now real quick, I'm not sure if I mentioned this, but I do wish she had a like something covering the bronze in the cream part, just because I don't like how they mix up sometimes, and I sometimes forget where I'm putting my brush. Like right now, I almost dipped my powder into the cream, so just keep that in mind. But yeah, I really wish she would have something protecting these two from each other. But this is what the bronzer looks like. I really like the way this looks so far, so not too much. And then if I did get a little bit crazy, all I needed to do was just get a dual fiber brush and just blend it out a little bit. I'm gonna run my brush through my face real quick just to show you guys. But yeah, just like that, and boom, I'm done. So let's go ahead and move to powder blush. For powder blush, I do want to recommend this one from Too Faced. This is the Cloud Crush Blurring Blush in Velvet Crush. I have a couple of these in my collection, but I did want to use the neutral color. I love these blushes. They are blurring on the skin. I do like the way this looks on the skin, and it's not too pigmented. It just looks beautiful, flawless, and blurry. Like the name says, it does blur the skin, so I do like that a lot. I'm just gonna go ahead and get a blush brush, and I'm just gonna tap my brush all into the product, and then I got some on the brush. And oh, look at that. I don't know, let me see if I need to turn down my light so you guys can see. I feel like I look a little washed out. Yeah, see, you can see better that way. It just looks so beautiful on the skin. And then again, if I get a little too crazy, just go ahead and tap it out with a dual fiber brush, and then it looks better. It is so pretty on the skin. I love these blushes. I highly recommend these blushes. For highlighter, I do want to recommend another Too Faced product. This is the Moon Crush Out of This World highlighter. I do have mine in the shade Shooting Stars, and this is what the color looks like. They do have two colors. I do have the lightest one, and then they have a darker one. This highlighter looks so pretty on the skin. It just looks smoothing. It doesn't emphasize texture on my skin. It's just a really pretty highlighter. And so what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm just going to tap my brush in there, and then just tap the excess off, and then put it on my skin. Before I finish my eyes, I do want to recommend one setting spray. Say it with me. What setting spray am I going to recommend? Let's say it together, you guys. Charlotte Tilbury. This is the Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray, again from Charlotte Tilbury. Highly recommend the setting spray. This is my all-time favorite setting spray. Like I mentioned in my wish list, I kind of want to pick up the jumbo size just so I can have in my collection, because I do not want to live without this setting spray. But this locks in my makeup. It keeps my makeup looking fresh all night long, and I don't have to worry about my makeup when I have this on. I just love the way it looks, and it does what it says. It truly sets the makeup and keeps it on for a long period of time. So I highly recommend this setting spray. So let's go ahead and spray. And again, I did forget to mention, this does have a tiny smell to it, but it's nothing bad. It just smells like a spa. That's like the best way I could describe it. It doesn't smell bad whatsoever, but yeah, I really do like this spray. For eyebrows, I do have one brow gel I want to recommend, and it is from Too Faced, and this is the Brow Wig Brush On Hair Fluffy Brow Gel. This makes my eyebrows look so freaking good, you guys. It's unbelievable. I really do like this a lot. Now, I do have to mention, you can find this at the cosmetic company store, but if you can't find it, I highly recommend trying to get it during the sale, at least for 15% off, 15 to 20% off. I really do like this a lot. eyebrows are on, and I just love the way this looks so far. So let's go ahead and talk about lips, and then I will finish off my eyes. So for lips, I'm going to recommend a couple lip liners to you guys. Let's talk about the first one. So the first one I have to recommend is from Makeup by Mario, and this is the Ultra Suede Sculpting Lip Pencil in the shade Hue. If you guys have been watching my channel for a while, you know this is my all-time favorite color. That is what the color looks like. It's just the perfect my lips but better color. I really do like this one, so I highly recommend this lip pencil. And then the other ones I recommend, the other two, so these ones are from Tower 28, and these are the multi-liner, multi-tracer one liner. I have two shades, Fill Me In and Work of Art. Now you can use this in different ways, but I just use these on my lips as lip liners. I really do like these a lot. My favorite is the shade Work of Art, and it's that shade right there. It's a little bit more brown compared to the one from Makeup by Mario, and then the other one is Fill Me In. This one is a lot more pinkier than the other two. That's Fill Me In. And then the last lip liners I'm going to recommend to you guys, and I am going to put this on my lips today. These are from Too Faced again. These are the Lip Injection Extreme Lip Shapers. I have 4 different shades. I highly recommend these lip liners. I like these lip liners so much. These do what it says. It fills my lips. It makes it look plumper. And the only thing I've been doing for my lips is putting a lip liner on and then a lip gloss on top, and it makes my lips look more fuller, plumper, juicier. I have not really been using like a true lipstick. As a matter of fact, I am not recommending any lipsticks to you guys today, just because, like I said, that's all I've been doing. I've been using a lip liner and then a lip gloss. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to put one of these on, and then for like the lip gloss, this is technically not a lip gloss, but I am going to put this on top of the lip liner. These are from Dior, and I believe they are called the Dior Addict Plumpers, maybe? No, they're not plumpers. I'm not 100% sure. I'll leave the name right here, what they're called. They don't say on here, and the freaking words are so small to read. But yeah, I'm gonna just put this on top of it. I'm gonna put the shade 100 Nude Look, and then I do have 718 Bandana. Fill in my lips with the lip liners, put this on, and then I'm actually going to put some eyeshadow on the bottom of my eyelids, and then I'm gonna actually put in my waterline these Melt Cosmetics Slick Waterline eye pencils. I'm not sure which one I'm gonna do. I have the nude one in Ivory, I believe it's called. Come on, where are you at? Yes, Ivory, and then the one that's the brown is called Cacao. I'm gonna put that on, and then I'll come back. Okay guys, I am back. I just went ahead and finished off camera just because I don't want this video, it's already going to be too long. But this is what the final look is looking like. What do you guys think? I love the way this look came out. So let me go ahead and tell you guys real quick what I did. Sorry, my nose is like running now. I did go ahead and I just put these 2 shades in my lower lash line. I went ahead and I got a definer brush, and I put this on my eyes. So the definer brush, I just dropped it. You know what a definer brush looks like. And then I just blended it out with this shade with a pencil that looks like this. And then I did go ahead and just use the Too Faced highlighter in my brow bone, and then I just touched up the inner corner with the highlighter that I used earlier. And then for lips, I did go ahead and I used the Post-Op Pink Lip Liner. I outlined my lip, and then I filled them in with this, and then I topped it off with the Dior Lip in 100 Nude Look. And then I did go ahead and I put mascara off camera. Now the mascara that I want to recommend to you guys, I didn't use it today because it's backup and I already have a lot of mascaras in my collection, so I didn't want to open this one up. But the one mascara that I would recommend is from Lancome, and it's the Monsieur Big Mascara. This has been my favorite mascara for a really long time. I have multiple of these in my backup drawer waiting for me when I need another mascara. I just tried out so many mascaras that I didn't want to open this one up. So the mascara that I did use today that I have opened in my collection and I do like and I would recommend is from Fenty Beauty. This is the Hella Thick Volumizing Mascara. So my eyelashes look really good. In my opinion, I don't think they look clumpy. They don't look spidery. But yeah, I just like the way it looks. I really do like this mascara. Some people don't like this mascara, but I do. And then I did go ahead in my waterline. I put the Melt Slick Waterline Eye Pencil in Ivory. I really do like this lip pencil. I mean, eyeliner a lot. It doesn't move. It stays on for a long period of time. And look, it just like opened up my eyelids. These are really good. I highly recommend this. So one more time, this is what the final look looks like. Alright you guys, that is it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and let me know in the comments down below if you're picking up anything during the sale or if you're just gonna skip out on the sale. I would definitely love to know. And did I mention any of the products in today's video that you like or you're thinking about picking up? I would also like to know. But until the next time, I will catch you guys later. Bye!